It's so much pleasure to introduce our next panelist, Charlene Namulime, who happens to have gone to high school with me, so I've known Charlene for a long time, and she is a city councillor for the town of Waltham, recently elected, so we're extremely proud of her.
Where did I start? We did a marathon through this, but how did I get to where I am? I volunteered in every campaign imaginable. Governor Deval Patrick, Senator Warren, Attorney General Maura Healey, Martha Copley, Senator Ed Markey, or the local offices. Like, if somebody was running and they were a Democrat, I was there. I do have Republican friends, but that's another story. So I just realized that as people, as women, and as women of color, we have to take a seat at the table. We have to be part of the decision-making process. When I say that no other elected official has more of a direct impact on your daily life than a city councillor, I mean that because we decide the school budget, your roads, your daily way of life. And I think that is so important. But anyway, I got here when somebody told me that my ward councillor had stepped down to become the city clerk, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to run for office. And I did, and I won, making me the first African American in the history of the Waltham City Council, the first woman in my ward, and the first Ugandan American to hold public office in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So, with a bit of history.
That is so fantastic. Charlene, who would you say has influenced you the most, both professionally and as a mother raising your child? You're under pressure. Mom is here.
Oh gosh. Oh my God, it's a loaded question. But as a woman, I'll never forget watching my mother support so many women. And I keep joking, if you hadn't given away all our money, we'd be millionaires. Just kidding. She always laughs and says that her reward is in heaven. But that was my first source of identity and being sure and secure in who I am. My mother never competed with another woman because she always said, never try to be like anyone because you'll never be like anybody else. Just be yourself. And that has helped me in my professional life because I'm myself. I'm a little, I'm a fighter, that's why I'm in this fight to, help my constituents live a better life. I love people, I know the old adage goes, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I really do care about people, and so going back to influences, my mother, I look at people in the fields that I want to tap into. So for example, for journalism, I idealized Gwen Ifill. When she came to Emerson, I asked her about people of color on television, and I remember her saying that she's not concerned about people of color being in front of the TV. She's more concerned about them being behind the scenes, making the big decisions, the big production decisions. So that was a huge influence. In my political life, oh my gosh, the Obamas! I just love the Obamas. If you go to my Instagram page, I think there's an obsession there, but we won't talk about that. The Obamas, Governor Deval Patrick, Senator Warren, so many people. I think pretty much everybody that whoever I volunteered for their campaign has been a big influence. My daughter, she inspires me. I really love this young generation because they go beyond our party divides and they look to see how they can independently create solutions to combat, global poverty, women's health issues. So I have a ton of inspirations, and you inspire me, young lady. So
how is that? So, there's two things that I wanted to ask you about. I'm sure a lot of women in this room are juggling this work-life balance, trying to figure out, okay, I'm raising children and trying to move forward in my career. And so, whatever challenges you face, chances are other women have faced as well. You have a wonderful young lady that you've raised. So what we want to know is, what challenges have you come across and how have you managed to keep that balance and still be able to chase your dreams and make an impact?
my faith in God. That's my foundation. That's where I start. And with every challenge, I'll just stop and be still and really know that He's God. I pray a lot. You have to pray when you have a globally minded kid, because she wanted to spend her first semester of 11th grade in Israel in the middle of the desert. I'm like, why, Lord, why me? She's been on, I think, about 14 mission trips here and abroad, and with everyone, I pray a lot. But the challenges that I've faced are not unique to me. Most of the challenges that we share here, being a woman, being an immigrant, having an accent, a woman of color. Just knowing who I am and knowing that I have as much right as anybody else to be in that room or in that position. And for me, it was never really about proving myself, because I felt like I didn't have to. If I didn't feel welcome, I just walked out. It's funny, my mom gave me that ability to, just walk out. I love Stacey Abrams. I've been reading her book, and I wanted to share an excerpt with you, touching on that. She says that once we are on the inside, the barriers don't fall away. When we seek to enter spaces and use to our presence, the risk factor ratchets up exponentially. The demons of doubt may sound off in your brain, whispering about what could go wrong. Take too big a risk, you might lose what you have, and not latch onto anything new. Tell too many folks, and people might steal the dream out from under you. Hesitate, and all is lost. Rivals and even well-meaning protective allies can stand in the way. So I'm thinking of the ones who are just against reaching too far because you don't meet every criterion or do not possess a perfect understanding of the role. So those are the challenges, and she's pretty much repeating what most of the women here said today. And to me, being a woman of faith, knowing who I am, and having the courage to walk away and or fight.
That excerpt was really great that you shared, because it kind of answers my final question. I got the 2-minute warning. What advice would you give women, young, old, whoever's even young men here, old men? What advice would you give anyone who is considering moving into any type of community service or political office, anyone who wants to be in that space? So
the 2016 election showed us that your voice matters. Your vote counts. Never discount what state you live in. You might think, oh, well, I live in Ohio and that's the most important vote. So my advice to you is find a candidate that you feel passionate about. Go, get behind them, support their campaign, volunteer, learn everything you can about the political process. And when you do decide to run, people ask me, how did you win? I went door to door, hearing people's stories and introducing myself and bringing my solutions to the table. So if you see a problem or something that you want fixed, something you think should be done differently, run for office. There's an Instagram page, I think it's an organization, Run for Something. It's not just about running for anything. I mean, I get the notion, but you have to actually be passionate about what you're running for. So don't run for state rep if you really want to be a city councillor. Don't run for school committee if you want to be a senator. So just get in there, get your feet wet. Stacey Abrams tells a story of a young woman who just volunteered in her campaign, and now she runs a huge national organization. So don't discount those seemingly menial jobs like volunteerism or fetching coffee, or don't be about any of that. Volunteer, get your feet in the door, and God will always bring people behind you and around you who support your vision and propel you forward into your destiny.
Thank you, Charlene. You're a phenomenal woman.
Thank you.